Okay, I wanted to talk about something. I had some on my mind. You know, this new Joker movie is coming out. I'm not for it. I'm not for it at all. I don't see the point in it. I don't get it. Like, is Batman gonna be in it? I don't really know nothing about it. Is Batman gonna be in it? Because if Batman is not gonna be in this movie, it's just no point for this movie to exist. Because the Joker has said it multiple times in the comics, and he's even said it in the movies. He's nothing without Batman. It's the whole yin and yang push and pull thing. You can't have Joker without Batman. You just can't. It's gonna be boring. It's gonna be pointless. The only thing they're gonna be able to do is probably do the same like Hannibal Lecter thing they did when they just tried to make people even more evil than Hannibal Lecter. That he like, oh, now he has a good reason to kill people because they're even more evil than he is. But like, that's so typical. That's so boring. That's the only way I can see them trying to do this. They could try to do something else, but anything else would just, like I said, be pointless. What is the point? What is the point? That's all I'm saying. What is the point of making this movie other than money? I know that's the point of pretty much every movie, but there's movies that are art that just happens to make money because it's good art, and then there's movies that are just strictly made to make money. People think, oh, this is a character that people like, so if we just slap his name on it, they're going to come out in droves to the movie theaters. And it's so fake, and I hate it. I really wish they would cut this shit out, honestly. Stop just making movies because and out of characters just because they're popular characters and you think you can make a lot of money off of them. Like, they kind of doing that with the Venom movie. Honestly, I think it could kind of work because Venom is a character that can be an anti-hero. But at the end of the day, I really don't want to see Venom when he's not fighting Spider-Man. Honestly, I don't. I don't want to see Venom fighting another fake-ass Venom. Like, Riot? What is that? Who is Riot? Do anyone know who Riot is? Is he from the comics? I don't think so. I ain't never heard of a Riot before. I know who Carnage is. I know who, what's his name? Toxin. I know Toxin. I know Carnage. Do not know Riot. Like, and that name doesn't even go along with the whole thing. Like, Venom, Toxin, Carnage, and Riot. Like, really? Riot? That sounds lame as hell compared to the other names. Riot. Like, it just doesn't sound as bad. Like, he's venomous. He's toxic. He leaves Carnage. He's a riot. The people like that guy's a riot. He's a laugh a minute. Sorry, I'm not intimidated by that name at all. He's the bad guy. That was the hero's name more intimidating than the bad guys. I'm sorry, but this stuff is pointless. It's studios just trying to make money. And I understand that's their job to make money. But why do we keep giving our money to them? Stop supporting this shit. If they're going to do stuff, tell them to do the whole thing. Stop with this whole studio. Oh, this character is owned by this studio. This character is owned by this studio bullshit. How about y'all keep all your own characters in the same goddamn place so you can actually make movies with all of them in the same goddamn place? I know some fans don't really like the whole extended universe type thing, because they think like, oh, everything is always a setup for another movie. That's not true. That's how they decide to write them. Everything ain't got to be a setup for another movie. Shit just has to make sense. It's the same thing with the Netflix shows are set in the same universe as the Marvel movies, but they barely ever mention each other. And for some reason, instead of in Civil War, instead of this adult man going out and getting people like Daredevil, the adult man being Tony Stark, instead of him going out and getting people like Daredevil or Jessica Jones or a big muscle-bound, bulletproof black man with super strength, he went out and got a 15-year-old. A child. He went out and found a child instead of these highly advertised super adult humans. These are people, like, Luke Cage got his own app. He has his own app. So people can find him, but the Avengers have never even entertained the thought of letting him join the Avengers. Why? Because the movie side of Marvel and the TV show side of Marvel don't want to get along with each other. They don't want to cross over. They just like, no, we want to keep our things, their own things. And that's my point. That's really the point of this. I hate that shit. It's so stupid. It's not about y'all. Who gives a shit what y'all want? It's about us. We're the fans. We want to see everyone together. Stop being selfish, little territorial assholes like children. Like, no, I don't want you to play with my toys. Who gives a shit what you want? It's not about you. You do everything to make money, but then when you get put with an opportunity to make something artful, something entertaining, something that actually makes sense, and make a whole lot of money, you won't do it just because you don't want to. But you people will jump at the opportunity to make a movie about the Joker, a character that literally does not make sense without his protagonist to be the antagonist too. The Joker is not an antagonist, people. He's not a protagonist, I mean to say. I'm sorry. He is not a protagonist. He is not supposed to be a protagonist. He was designed specifically to antagonize. He was designed specifically to be a psychotic clown. Why the fuck do you think we're supposed to root for him? Yeah, we love the Joker. We love the Joker in Batman. You think, at the end of the day, think of all the famous Joker stories that we all love, from the comics to the movies to the TV shows. Do any of them not have Batman in them? I don't think so. I don't really think so. I will have to go back and check, but I don't think so. Because he only works in relation to Batman. He is an antagonist. He antagonizes. Batman is the protagonist. He's the guy you're supposed to root for. You can't root for the Joker. He's just not a character you can root for. He's a character you can like and enjoy, but you can't root for him. Nothing he does is something you can get behind. Unless you're a psychotic murderer who likes to wear clown makeup. You can't really get behind what the Joker is doing. I'm not really picking up what that man is putting down. I'm just saying. It's dumb to me. It's just dumb. I don't get it. What is the point of doing these things if you're not going to do the whole thing? Don't half-ass it. This all seems half-assed to me, honestly. I don't think that's how they see it. I don't think that's even how most people see it. But it seems that way to me. I feel like they are not putting their best foot forward. They're just saying, hey, let's just pick and choose things out of larger storylines and larger mythoses that we like and put all the spotlight on them. Even though these are characters that were not designed to have the entire story be based around them and them alone. The thing is, this has happened time and time again in Hollywood. Hollywood sees one character in a story that people like and attach to and think they can base an entire franchise around that one character, not realizing the thing that the people liked about that character is probably their relation to another character or their small anecdotes. They come in, they say something enjoyable, they do something enjoyable, then they leave. And then they come back and do it again. And when they come back, yeah, people are excited to see them. Because usually when they come in their small doses, they're very enjoyable. So people look forward to seeing them again. That doesn't mean we want the whole story to be around them. Because their whole story does not make sense for it to be based completely around them. It has to make sense. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna rant about this forever. All I'm saying is the Joker movie is stupid. It doesn't make sense. What is the point of it? Especially when you still got another Joker still being played by Jared Leto. That you guys have no clue when the next time we're ever going to see him. He probably might not even be the damn Joker anymore, as far as we know. DC and Warner Brothers is all over the goddamn place. And honestly, at this point, I'm sick of their asses. I really am. I hope Aquaman is good. I hope Shazam is good. I hope Wonder Woman 2 is good. Because honestly, I think them the last movie they ever going to actually do. If they all actually turned out to be good, I think Warner Brothers might fuck it up again, honestly. But if they learn something, if all three of these movies turn out to be good, I hope they learn from these three movies and just keep going. Just keep going flat off that. And don't try to do other universes. Say, yeah, this is the Connect universe. There's a lot of other different universes too. No, don't do that. It just seems like a cop-out to me. This Joker movie, not only does it not make sense to do, it just seems like a cop-out. It just seems like a cop-out to me, honestly. Not only does it seem like a stupid cash grab, it seems like a cop-out. It didn't work as the way we wanted to last time, so let's take this mulligan and do it again. No. Ride with what you already made and try to make it work better instead of just trying to replace it. That's lazy. And that's something writers love to do. They love to write themselves into a corner, and instead of trying to be clever and get themselves out of it, they just try to start from scratch like a bunch of freaking losers and think we're just supposed to accept it. And what happens? We always accept it because we're fucking sheep. Stop accepting it. Expect more out of them and then hold them responsible for the shit that they've done already. And creators, behind the scenes, producers and shit like that, people who own these characters, stop being selfish. Stop being territorial about this shit. We get it. You want money. Blah, blah, blah. No one gives a fuck. We want to spend our money on the things we want to see. So if you actually start giving us the shit we want, then you'll make more money. Especially because sometimes audiences, they say they want things that they actually don't want. I think there's people out here that's really excited about the Joker movie. I don't think once they get it, they're actually going to want it. Because nobody really needs a backstory to the Joker. The Joker is not the kind of character you need to know the backstory of. You don't need to. It was like that Rob Zombie Halloween movie. Nobody needs to know Michael Myers' backstory, but they told it and that movie fucking sucked. And not only did they tell his backstory, they told a real hit. They told a real trailer trash. Fucking. I ain't even getting into that. That's a whole other different video. It was stupid. It was a terrible idea, and the movie sucked. The sequel sucked even 10 times harder than the first one, and I didn't even know that was possible because the first one was so bad. But yep. Sometimes the fans do know what they're talking about. That's what I mean about like the whole Netflix and Marvel and Cinematic Universe thing. We know what we talk about on that. Stop trying to keep them apart. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And it's not like if they never cross paths, it would be fine. If they actually acknowledged each other, really. The Netflix shows have acknowledged the movies because it would be completely and totally absurd if they didn't acknowledge them to some extent. But for the most part, everything that the Avengers do, they just ignore, even though the stuff the Avengers do is stuff that takes place on a global scale. And then the Avengers just don't acknowledge them at all. Which also doesn't make sense because they are all over the news and everything. They're in the newspapers. They're on TV. They got apps. It's hard to ignore them unless you're actively trying to. That's my point. But yeah, it's a lot of shit going on in these Marvel and DC movies that I just wish would stop. Honestly, I wish everyone would just take all their characters and put them all in one place and put them in a cohesive story. Because at the end of the day, in real life, we all exist in one world. The good, the bad, all the big over-the-top characters and all the small people who don't got millions of dollars of superpowers. We all exist in the same world. And we tend to do that pretty coherently. You would think writers would be able to take some hints from actual real life and just be able to put people in the same universe without acting like other people just don't exist. People who demand attention, like the Avengers or the Defenders. These are people with superpowers. They demand attention. You cannot ignore them. But you want us to believe they all live in the same city, New York City, and never cross paths with each other. And it would be acceptable if you have like some throwaway lines. from both sides saying, hey, that's their own thing. They got their own thing. We're going to let them handle their own thing. But they never do that. They just pretend that they don't exist. And it's stupid. All right. Bye. I got to wrap this up. This video is long as hell. Bye.